going on?
Oh my God. Whoop, whoop.
There we go. Whoop-de-woo.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Oh man, sorry guys, sorry about that. I hit the restart graphic server. That's kind of like your break glass if there's an emergency in the lower left-hand corner of the settings option. That's what I usually hit. But I will tell you this much, and Randy, thank you so much for jumping in here and being supportive and everything else like that. Some of the questions I had for Mike, and Mike might also have for you, is you were a periscoper. You were a scoper, right? For like a couple of years?
Personally?
Yes.
Oh, I've been on Twitter for like, I don't know, since Twitter started.
Okay.
Then I did Periscope. I have a YouTube. I have a Twitch. I have like 9 channels that I've managed to keep active.
Okay. So, I mean, I hear a lot of times, because I was just watching Space Girls session with you and then with Yassine, and I was like, these guys have been on Periscope and everything else for forever. Myself, I was just an audio podcaster, and kind of,
we've been
I guess
broadcasting when it first started, and people go for a few years. They go around different channels, and they come back. But the whole deal is a community of people we've all known. We roam around together.
Gotcha.
I think there's like 1,000 of us who know each other for 5+ years.
Gotcha.
So
Wow.
So my question for you is, some of the hiccups that some of us newbies are experiencing here, you guys already went through that with Periscope?
Not this bad. This is extreme, to be honest.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
this
fair.
is extreme. We went through some issues, but not this badly. They're pretty tough, but it'll be all right. They didn't have much features back then when they started. You got to remember,
Right.
there wasn't any features, so you can't really compare it. When you had one feature, say hi, and you're on video. How do you compare that with anything? We didn't have any features. It's just hi, I'm here.
No, that's right. That's right.
This is an actual broadcast studio, so I understand the trials and error, and I'm sure it'll work
out. I will say, and I would say out of all of them, I speak with Peter the most. And I'll say, I love the product. Don't run into half the problems that I run into here that I have on StreamYard. Because
I'm the opposite. I'm a pro and I have a pro account on StreamYard, and I have never had a problem.
Yeah, no. Oh, excuse me. You know what? I was explaining it. I explained it incorrectly. Never have a problem on StreamYard. It's just like boom, fire it up and go.
Yeah, that's like stable for me.
But the one thing is, I've sat in and I've tried to help a few people because I've got tech in my background. I think, Randy, the one thing to communicate with some of these people is a lot of this is the broadband. This thing is a hog.
Yeah, we put it in. I'm a communication security developer, and I work inside of a major company. We hooked it up to our data plan and started broadcasting on our data meters.
Yes.
We used 8 GB in 2 hours. That's
there you go.
There you go. So that's the problem everyone's having.
That's the problem.
Every issue here is they're not addressing the proper issue is with 4 GB per hour is unfreaking believable.
Yes.
Nobody has a data plan on their phone that supports that.
No.
That's why you got to be at a home network with an Ethernet cable plugged in.
Yes.
Everybody else, you're going to be suffering, man. It's just the way it is.
That's just the way. I'm glad to have this conversation because like I have a gig connection here, and I tried the mobile app because I see you guys using the mobile app, and I'm like, you guys are great. I said, really courageous. I said,
it's a prayer if it works. So It just, what they're doing, they've got the broadcast studio, they've got this software, they're tweaking all the features. And once they get past all of that, then they can go back in and make it where it's not so bandwidth, it's not such a data hole.
Right.
John Powell, hello
Right.
from Regina.
Where's
Anyway,
Regina?
they'll work on it. They'll get it. But right now, it's kind of a trip, man.
Yeah,
So
and
have to lose the mobile streamers. Yeah, they can't. Mobile streamers are suffering a lot. Their experience is not that great.
yeah, I mean, the one good thing is in the upper left-hand corner of your screen where it says beta. That's the saving grace. I mean,
But my wife was that way, but we adapted. Anyway, we'll go back to that later. Sorry about that, Ted. Sorry, Mike. Didn't need to go that route.
Oh boy.
And my wife, honey, if you're listening, you know it's only humor.
Right. So, well, I will say this much, Mike. You introduced Danny to Haps. Danny introduced me to Haps. So I should say thank you to you
What's happening, Fortnite fan? How are you?
helping to pave the way.
Well, I gotta say, Brian Waters is the person that hipped me to it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. He said, yeah, let me introduce you to a couple people. Okay,
But we
cool.
are
And
in
boom,
beta,
next thing you know, I'm
folks.
on here.
Yeah, John Powell, I hear you. Sorry to talk about that, Mike. I was looking at the comment.
Doing,
Yep, but we're in
oh,
beta.
that's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's just some of the
bring a sports talk to this. So that's my thing, I guess I should say, my sports talk. But I do talk about other things, of course. But I haven't even, the amazing part about this whole thing, I haven't even gotten to talking about my short story work. My
you never
of that nature yet. So.
I joined your stream the other day, and you were intimating about the short stories that you do, but you never even got to it.
Yeah, I know. I'll get to it one of these days, but I guess I'm trying to get my show going with the talking about the AFC South, which of course I've got another interview coming next week, and then another interview coming the week after. So got to talk a little Jacksonville Jaguars and a little Deshaun Watson in a couple weeks. So
I love you.
By the way,
I'll get to
Ted,
it.
I think we had like 250 people came and ran away. I think
crazy.
we lost them on the whole dead start there.
Yeah, I know, Randy.
Yeah, we lost a big rush of people that creates the rhythm that gets you 1,000 people out of
it. They came in and then they said, "Oh, you know what? I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm out."
Yeah. So we lost the rush that creates the volume.
Can somebody tell me what that algorithm is to get that many people?
Randy, tell us about
that. Let me explain it to him, Ted. I've been broadcasting years, and we have a community of people you develop. And once you go other places, your community follows you. It doesn't happen by accident, unless, of course, you're half naked smoking dope, then you're a female. And those kind of get a lot of people in,
Oh, man.
If you're half naked smoking a blunt and just playing with, what I mean, those people get like a rush of people.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Boy.
Maybe buy a costume, man. Go for it. It's a new world.
So, Randy, how was it making your trip back to Saudi Arabia?
That was pretty easy. The only problem is airports and all these are headaches to travel in now,
Yeah, I was following your journey a little bit. I said, phew, that's something. How many COVID tests did you have to take?
I've had 8 tests so far. The back of my nostril is raw. They done stuck that jabbed me in the back of the nostril so many times. Actually, it was bruised. The last test is like, man, I can't do this no more. You can't be stagging that long wooden Q-tip fiber thing in the back of your sinus thing every day. It's like terrible.
Yeah, that's a little.
Now everybody's touching their nose.
I'm kind of looking squeamish over here, like, ooh.
I have yet to take a COVID test. Yeah,
you're lucky. When you travel, it's mandatory. They won't let you on a plane.
I think Mike may know. I find, and I think I was telling you, Randy, I finally got my second shot this week.
Congratulations. You're almost Superman now.
I'm like, I don't even know at this point if they would. I mean, they probably still would give me a COVID test, even with the vaccine. Probably. I mean, I don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I know all
they
the countries are
definitely will.
debating about getting a little book that you have, like a green card that says you've already had the vaccine. I think
Yeah,
this is a debate going on worldwide now. How to handle that? How to give you and me anywhere in the world a card showing that we've done that.
right. That's. I guess that's the next thing they're going to fight over. The politicians will fight over, and they will politicize it. And then,
If I hear one more political fight, I'm gonna drive my own car over my own head. Oh yeah, these people and this nonsense. I've had about enough.
it's painful.
It's more than painful. I'm not left and I'm not right. But when
Right.
that Rush Limbaugh dude died, and then people started tweeting out nasty comments for the poor dude who died, give me a break, man. Doesn't matter what you think. That was a human being who passed away. Show some holy reverence. That was shocking to me.
Listen,
I could not believe that our fiber of our community is falling this hard.
Well, I'm gonna say this about anything that happened. My what I always was told to me: if you don't have anything nice to say, you don't say anything at all.
Exactly.
So I didn't say anything at all. I left it all alone because I'm like, I know I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm like, yeah, let me leave it alone.
Yeah, but somebody dead with their family. I don't care if we hated him. It's not like he was a serial killer where you want him dead. This dude was just a opinionated person.
I get it there, but I can't necessarily say he's just an opinionated person because there's a lot going on with that man, and I'm not going.
Yeah, I never heard any of his shows. I just remember his name. I actually don't think I've ever heard a show from him. So,
Randy, let me tell you this much: you're in the best position because being outside of the U.S., you get to skirt around a lot of this crap that we hear all day long. Whenever we turn on the TV or the radio, or you pull up a internet feed, this is all you hear all day.
Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, don't tarnish the family name, Eugene. Exactly, man. Give this guy his kids and wife a break. Anyway, at the end of the day, I know his show. I don't think I've ever watched it. So, but
yeah,
still,
I never watched it either. I never listened to his show. I never watched it.
I think he's before our age group.
I had I'll tell you this. I had I would say I used to my previous employer, day employer. I just happened to have somebody there that particularly listened to him and would tell us about him all the time.
Okay.
And I'm like,
oh really?
Oh my goodness.
So you got tortured with it.
I've got to go to my office now. You can have it up here. I'll go to my office.
Gotcha.
That's what I used to say. I'm like, man, you go sit in my office. So that's why I'm like, look, I don't have anything good to say, so I'm not just going to say.
Yeah, you can keep the comments to yourself. You're gonna keep it to yourself.
I'm just like, I have nothing good to say, so I'll just leave it all alone.
Oh man. So, Randy, when was the last time you were in the States?
I don't think I've been back in 7-8 years or something.
Wow.
The first time I left for 9 or 10 years and then came back. I live on Earth. I just happen to be an American. It does, I love my country. I'm a patriot. I'm a nationalist. But man, this is a big planet God made for everybody. I don't need to, I don't need to stay in the U.S. I don't need to stay at a certain place. The world's big, and I want to see it and be a part of it. Our talk show is still trending. I don't know what's trending. I turned my TV off 5 years ago. I have no idea what's going on. If somebody don't tell me, I don't know. I only see it on either Twitter or Google. Other than that, I don't know what's up.
You guys, I hope you guys don't laugh at me. And like when I do work from home, I watch Yahoo Finance.
Yeah, my son's into that too. That's his favorite program.
I
Yeah.
watch Yahoo Finance. That way I can stay away from the CNN, and I can stay away from the Fox, and I can stay away from the MSNBC, and I could pull it up, because when you got that stuff going 24/7, it's depressing.
So you've been getting all financed
even,
out for the past COVID thing, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got a little problem. I've been spocking on my neighbor's new wife. I got to quit.
I just been listening to podcasts all day, to be honest.
Yeah, you do?
The same
That's
window.
what I've been doing pretty much.
John Powell said he turned off the news like 20 years ago. John, smart move.
Yeah, I'm out of it too.
Smart move.
Nah, I just listened to a lot of podcasts today. I probably listened to the most podcasts today I've ever listened to in one day.
You know what? There's one from Stanford University called Entrepreneurial Thought Leaders.
Okay.
And it's a podcast from Stanford.
Okay.
And it's all these guys who've started everything in the world. And it's great how everything, and you listen to all of them, and it was all pure accidents. Every successful, unbelievable person walked into an accident and became successful. What's up, Hasnain here from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur? Hello, Mr. Hasnain.
I will tell you this much. I miss listening to podcasts because I used to do it when I used to take the train to go to work. So I would schedule the podcasts and listen to them and commute to work every day. And that stopped 12 months ago. No, not yet. Like 11 months ago, it stopped.
Mike, what are you listening to on the podcast?
Well, I listen to a few different things. I listen to a lot of my journalist friends that have their own podcasts, like my guy Brian Waters. He has a Breaking Through Glass Ceilings. I listen to that literally every week. Let's see. I actually watch one on YouTube every week, which is Emergency Awesome, because I'm in the WandaVision right now.
So Emergency Awesome. I watched that. I watched that on YouTube.
Yes. I watch that, and it gives me all that. So basically, after I watch WandaVision, I go to watch Emergency Awesome. So that way I can, things I might have missed on WandaVision, I can catch all those things I missed, and they can break it down to me at a level I can catch all of them.
Oh, that's a good deal.
And
that's nice.
Yeah, so if you watch like Marvel shows or DC Comics or anything like that, it basically, those shows break down everything to you. And it's like, could be 15 minutes, could be 20 minutes. Just, it breaks down every little Easter egg or thing that you may have missed in the whole show, or in a trailer, or anything, or in a movie, or anything like that too.
All right, that's good stuff.
And
hey,
I would say I do listen to Jamel. I listen to Jamel Hill too. So I listen to Jamel Hill. I listen to let's see, I listen to a couple of my friends in the journalist realm, which is Vashti Hurt and Sheena. Quick, listen to their podcast. The God, no, quick. Oh, goodness gracious! Now I just listened to the last one, and now the name escapes me. But it's talking about Carolina Panthers football. Golly, I listen to a lot of different podcasts. I must say I do, and
you sound a little bit addicted, my friend.
Yeah,
no, not addicted. No, I just
named every podcast in the United States.
No, I just listen to them as as I'm getting ready for work, or if I'm riding to work, I listen to one, or riding home, or if I'm doing something around the house, I either listen to that or music. A lot of times I listen to listen to some Toby and the Weeway. I don't know if you know who that is, Ted, but Danny will tell you. I probably know every
on NBC.
Done. What's that?
Did he used to be on NBC?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Toby is an independent. He's an independent rapper out of Houston. Has his own setup.
Somebody needs a support group, John said.
Nah, I don't need a support group. I think I'm good. But you know, when I'm not
They
listening to
only play,
those type
you
of
know that.
things, I know. But
Hey,
you
They
know,
just
obviously,
play.
if I'm not listening to that, then I'm writing while I'm listening to the music or something of that nature too. So you
this
know,
is
so
for
music or
Eugene.
noise or something's always going.
This is for Eugene. Eugene, I used to watch CNBC. I used to watch CNBC before I just totally transitioned to Yahoo Finance. But
And
CNBC
my
has some great
son
shows
turned off
also.
all that and went to Yahoo Finance also. He likes it the best.
Yes, yes. And so, question for you, Mike: what's your ideal podcast? The length, is it 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or can you sit through? You have enough
10
time to
minutes,
sit through
almost.
like a 50-minute one?
I'm a 10
Well,
minute guy.
but it would be it would depend on traffic, honestly, if I could sit through a whole 50-minute one. But you know, if I'm just sitting at the house, you know, I'm doing things at the house and you know, listen to a podcast, I could listen to a whole about 45 minutes, 45, 50 minutes
Okay,
and have no problems listening to that at all.
gotcha. Gotcha. Same here. I ran about 38 to 45, and because like I so one of the podcasts I listen to is PTI, which is
Hmm.
pardon the interruption, um,
Right.
and it's a 20-minute podcast, and it's great, and it's light, and it's humorous, and it's like that's great. Sporticast I listen to by they're the people that used to be on the Business of Sports podcast on Bloomberg. Um, they do a great podcast, and it's about 20 to 22 minutes. Each of them is
Hmm.
about. They don't go much longer than that, and it's just like quick, fast. Here's your news. Here's what's happening, and if you got any additional information, go to the website.
Well, I like this little concept you got going here. Late night parents. That's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
think that'll grow into something. You need to just hook the right people and keep
Yes.
it up.
Yes.
When I first started broadcasting, I'd sit in a room damn near alone for days. Maybe a couple people would show, and then a couple more, and then a couple more. Jonathan Brooks, what's up? How are you today? So it would take a while, but everybody I talked to started out the same way. Two
Right.
people in a room, or talking to yourself, and it just catches on. It
Right.
grows as it goes.
I think it's just helpful. The really huge plus that I see here, because like I said, I wasn't a scoper. The community here, very helpful, very nice.
Oh yeah, what's happening right here so far? 368 people. You ain't going to see that on any other app. I
No,
mean, you're doing it right now,
Nope.
you're not.
and the replays here are going to be another 1,000. So if it wasn't for the community, you wouldn't get these numbers on YouTube.
Right,
Take you 2
right.
years to get started.
Randy, I got to tell you, and this is going to be a question for Peter, and also a question for Mike. The plays I get live are great, but the archives, oh my goodness, I go back to the show and it's like 400 other or 500 other people have at least clicked on it and watched it for 30 seconds. It's like incredible.
Yeah, a lot of
Yep.
people just like to watch stuff later. They can't be here at this time, but they want
Right.
to check it out and listen. I know probably hundreds of people that watch replays, and that's their only deal. And they'll send me messages. Sorry, I'd like to watch the replays. I'm usually busy. I get
Right.
those messages daily from people. What's up, Mr. Happy from Pakistan? Salam, hala. I seen your video last night. Nice video, looking good out there.
So, Randy, you got an international following. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, everywhere on the planet, I know somebody. We had a great guys from Cameroon, and I don't know what happened. Maybe during COVID, their internet got disconnected. We had some funny guy. Some days I have South America, other days it was Africa, then the UK, depending on the timing. And the guys in Cameroon, I don't know if their internet went down or what happened, but I haven't had them on in a while. They were hilarious guys. They used to work here with us in Saudi. Just fun guys, man. They could crack me up.
Wow.
We had a good broadcast with those guys. They're the only ones that kind of fell off the chart since COVID started.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Gotcha. So,
And the Philippines was dead for a while. Then I guess they're back alive again.
so question: how many? I mean, like, what are the rest of the? I mean, because Periscope is like what 10 million users. Like, what? Where else are these guys going? Are they going straight to Twitch?
Well, no, see, Periscope is a nonsense. There may be 10 million accounts, but 1 million users
Right.
because there's so many troll
Right.
accounts. Some people have 50 damn accounts, you know. So there ain't that many users on Periscope. They only paid $40 million for the app. It wasn't that valuable.
Gotcha.
Okay. 40 million bucks for an app with that many people. They no. They couldn't prove it. So they got a bargain basement deal. And they're sucking up their software. That's it.
It's usually like, hey, I'm going to take the best features and I'm going to throw this into Twitter Live and then
they did it with Vine. They bought, Twitter bought Vine and closed that thing down in a heartbeat.
Quick. It got closed down quick.
They paid double for Vine, but they got a bargain deal on Periscope.
I remember seeing it said 10 million users, but 1 million or 1.5 active, and I was just like, okay. I said that's wordplay right there.
Odd numbers.
Man, that's all. No. I've been on Periscope 5 years. There ain't never been no million people there.
So it's go here and or die or go to restream it or go to StreamYard. I don't see any other options.
Twitter Live is all you use. Twitter Live works great.
Right. Okay.
StreamYard is my favorite fallback every time.
Yeah. It's
StreamYard is the solid, man. It's the solid. Best.
It really. Don't get me wrong. I mean, all the Habs folks, if you're listening or watching this on a replay, we love the app. StreamYard is solid, and I'm sure this will get to where StreamYard is.
StreamYard is just unbelievable. It's better than YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube, the comments are hiccupy, man. You can't figure out what's up. StreamYard, no, man. It's happening big time.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
I don't know.
I took their pro account. I paid monthly for it. It's so nice.
Oh. You know, and
dunk, man.
The other thing was, have you ever done any, have you ever aired any recorded like footage on here? Like, have you ever done like an interview and like kind of mixed it into your live stream?
I tried that, and then I went down and came back on, and my video disappeared. I spent an hour uploading a 1.5 gigabyte video, and then when I refreshed, it's not even there anymore.
Somebody on here does that.
That's right about that.
Inday does that. She does that.
She does good at it, but I can't do it.
Yeah,
I don't know how she does it. I need to ask that question.
Yeah, because there's sometimes I'll pull up her stream and I'm like, well, it says recorded. I was like, is she live or is she not? Like, I'm like, but you got to be live.
Well, no, you could actually restream it from YouTube and then it would look live. You wouldn't know. So if you're looking at a YouTube stream that was actually playing a video, you could do it that way. Nobody would know.
Gotcha.
Anyway, they ain't nothing. Anyway, I don't want to. Ain't a whole lot of views going on everywhere like anyway.
Harry Duffy, thanks for subscribing.
Well,
Mr.
I
Harry
would say
Duffy.
more fellas, but got to get ready for tomorrow.
I know, man.
Nice busy morning of trying to get a few things together, a few writing pieces I've got to get done. Yeah, so and like you were saying, Randy, you're saying about starting YouTube and 2 people turning to 4 people turning to 8, things like that. That's kind of how my writing went. Nobody was really looking at my writing, and then I kept building and met people, and then boom, got to a certain point where I'm going to back-to-back Super Bowls, going to this game, going to that game, getting a connection, going to this place. So yeah.
That's
It's just
great,
that
man.
network community, man. It works out for everybody. You just got to keep the hustle going. If you let it
That is
pause, the whole thing stops.
so. So
Yep.
before you check out, Mike, has it slowed down with like your assignments since they're like primarily virtual now, or have they picked up?
I'll say this about any type of assignments. Honestly, I don't necessarily have assignments that people give me per se,
Okay.
but I do have people reach out to me. I mean, because I am a freelance writer, so
Okay.
I mean, I have people reach out to me and say, "Hey, I got this idea for this. Can you come up with this in a couple days?" Like literally, probably a couple weeks ago, I had somebody approach me about an article on the Titans fan who became the number one fan in the NFL, and got everything done. And I actually they gave me a timetable to finish that one. But other than that, a lot of times I'm doing articles on sports, but I've kind of expanded to do things outside of sports during this time period. I will say that has actually happened a lot. So,
Okay. Well,
so I can
congratulations.
do pretty much any writing that anybody can think of. I can come up with, whether it be poetry, short stories, whether it be a feature article on somebody, anything you can think of, I can come up with it and write it, no problem.
Well, when you do your first 100 million, remember to say the hello to us little peons down here. Because you're probably going places.
I'm
I
working.
know you're
I'm
going to be
working on.
flying high. At least say hello.
Well, I'm getting ready to work on something else that I haven't tackled before either. But kind of don't want to mention that too much because of course, once I complete it, I got to copyright it. So
Yeah.
Well, you can tell by
don't
your
want to mention
focus
it
and the
too
way you
much.
talk, you're headed right where you need to head.
Yes.
It's
Yes, you
obvious.
are.
You've got
Yes,
your
you are.
game and you've got it
Yeah,
all
just take.
together. So it's obvious. I mean, you can look at you and listen to you and you say, oh, man, I wish I
Yes.
had that passion when I was back.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
You
I was
got it
going to
covered. I
ask
I'm
don't even
only.
you.
think about it.
I was going to ask you about just before
Uh-huh.
you mentioned a project that you can't talk about. I was going to ask you, hey, have you thought about, you know, putting something together, whether long form. But I'll leave it. I'll leave it there because I don't
Oh
want to.
yeah, I'll, I'll I'll tell you this. I'll give you a little bit of what I'm doing, but um,
If you say Harry Potter, I'm going
I've
to slap
done
you.
about six. No, my stories involve relationships and basically people being pushed to their emotional edge and seeing what happens. So that's what a lot of my short stories entail,
Okay.
and a lot of crazy stuff. Like I like, for example, let's say WandaVision. My stories are like WandaVision, but we're going to relationships. Nobody has superpowers, and there's weird different worlds. So just kind of throw that all together. There you go.
Okay.
That's kind of what my writing is. I kind of create a world, a fictional world or a fictional place, or I'll take an actual city and I'll, like, for example, Nashville, and I'll create a whole story of people that know each other from this, that, and the other, and whatever, and did this and did that, and this person didn't know this
Are
person
you
did
from
this and that and
Nashville,
other,
by the
and
way?
yeah, I'm from Nashville,
You know, I'm from Hendersonville.
so born and raised there. How about it?
Yeah, I went to Hendersonville
I'm born
High
and raised
School,
there, actually.
Volunteer State College, Danny Berry, Knox Doss. I'm from Hendersonville, man.
Oh yeah, then I know about Vol State and all that. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
that's where
definitely
I
know
grew
about
up. I
that.
spent more time on Old Hickory Lake than you can imagine.
Yeah, yeah, Old Hickory Lake. Yeah, no, well, no, I'm not gonna mention that because I'll be telling too much of my business if I mention that. But
All right, sorry.
yeah, yeah, definitely born and raised in Nashville. So this is the hometown, and literally, Ted, something that you probably don't know about anything that I write in terms of my short stories or anything like that. I don't script these things out. I just literally have an idea. I start writing one chapter, and another chapter comes. Literally, one I did 15 chapters on, and I had literally no script to go over what I was going to write. It just basically was whatever it was, the next chapter. Yeah.
Did I
Besides
play or did
every
you
one of
play?
my
Oh,
ratings.
there we go.
Really? Okay.
Hey, Mike, can
Yeah,
you
so I
type a
don't script any
comment
of the
real
stuff.
quick so I can make sure I'm following you?
Sure.
Just put a comment so I can click on it and follow you. Oh,
Gotcha.
Mike is a homie. I didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm. It's a
What
small
up,
world, man.
Mike? I remember Mike's name, but I didn't know. He always put Nashville, but I never knew if he was from Nashville. I'm always
Yep,
following you,
born and
Mike. I
raised.
got you covered. I've been following you for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah, you
remember. I just
probably,
didn't
I
have
don't
the
know if
face
you,
with the name because the name's too tiny here.
Yeah.
well, I don't know if you, the things I talk about is basically just mostly sports pretty much. Now, Ted gets me out of my shell and gets me talking about other stuff, but,
He put you
you
in that
know,
emotional place. Ted's
I
got
don't know.
those
He doesn't, but he
white
ain't got me on the
temper
couch or
things.
anything like that, but,
I mean, I will talk sports, but I like to hear, I like that personal aspect of talking with someone and hearing stories and
Oh
you know,
man, I just
kind of
screwed
stuff
my
like that.
broadcast up. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I just dropped my phone on my HDMI cable. Hold on.
Uh, but yeah, no, Mike, thanks for taking the time tonight and jumping on. And are you doing the show
no
tomorrow?
problem, man.
Are you doing the show tomorrow or Sunday?
I don't know. I don't know. I might jump on if I do any of those on the weekend and I just jump in and do one. Those are like completely random shows that I just like. Well, I feel like talking some sports with somebody, so I'll get on here and invite people and just
Let
get
me
going.
know.
And literally, I do.
Oh, what happened?
I,
Oh, my wife, my mom lives on 7th Avenue.
oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which
Yeah.
south or north?
She lives on the north side.
Okay. Cool. Cool. I was trying to,
Yeah.
because south and north, south would be out by if Seventh Avenue South, that could be close to Lipscomb or something like that.
No,
Seventh
she's right
Avenue
in
North,
town.
that's a different. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if that's why I was asking south or north, because south would be out near Lipscomb and all that stuff, and head towards Green Hills and all that area. So
God, I haven't heard Lipscomb in
yeah.
that forever, man. Green Hills, Lipscomb, all those basketball, football teams, that growing up in the South, if you don't know anything
Trent.
about sports, people slap you sideways.
Funny thing is, Ted, and you'll get a kick out of this. Trent Dilfer is actually coaching football at Lipscomb Academy now.
No
Really?
way. That's
Yes, he
true.
is. He actually is the head coach at Lipscomb Academy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that whole area is big big on the sports. Even what's funny? Nashville is the only place I think that has the private Christian academies that are into sports. The other ones they don't have
Well,
that,
I went to one.
like David Lipscomb and all
I
these other schools.
I went to a private school that was into sports.
Oh man, I
I
probably
actually
know
went to the.
which
I
one.
went to the same school that let's see. I went to Brentwood Academy,
All
and
right.
actually, I can give you a list of people that actually went to Brentwood Academy. That there's some are actually in the
I
NFL
know
now.
Brentwood Academy. I used to play basketball on the team for Hendersonville Christian Academy when I was younger. So I knew we were out there playing Brentwood. You guys would kick our little butts because we were nobody. We
we
did.
were
Our
pretty.
team was barely anyone.
We were better in football and basketball when I was there, but in terms of better known as football in terms of basketball instead of basketball. But the starting point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland, graduated from there. Let's see. You've got the best cornerback in the NFL, Jalen Ramsey. He graduated from there.
Wow.
You've got Derek Barnett, who was a first round draft pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. He graduated from there. Then let's see, a guy that I played with in high school basketball, David Harrison, he was a first round draft pick for the Indiana Pacers. He was actually in the Mouse and the Palace too. He actually I actually played
Brentwood
basketball with
Academy has
him.
been pumping out good people for many years, man.
Wow.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, when you were young,
and
if
I
you
got another
said you
one.
came out of Brentwood, you got a golden card. You got ahead of everybody in line when it came to jobs and opportunities. So you got
Oh
lucky on that
man,
deal.
look. Honestly, I don't even go back out to that school. I haven't been back out there it's been a good little amount of years, and I don't plan on going back.
Yeah, but still, it was a golden opportunity. It's part of your history, and everybody knows that place if you're from the Nashville area. So, oh, I went to Brentwood. Oh, what's up, bro? It's like, put you right there.
Wow.
I hear you there, but I don't really associate as much with the school anymore, just to be honest.
Your parents was well to do. It's high dollar to go to Brentwood.
No, my parents
How did you
were
get
not
in?
well to do.
How did it happen?
my dad was working an extra job to make sure I was
Keep you in there. Okay.
That's how I got there.
Because Brentwood, it was a high dollar one. That's why I had to go to the cheaper one. Pop said he ain't paying that.
Well, that would have been a serious ride across town anyway. That'd have been a good, I don't know how long. It'd been like an hour, and that's.
But we had cousins over there, so I could shatter it out during the week.
Ah,
yeah, that's true.
That's cool.
True. But yeah, and another guy I played with, he was the starting center the last time the Packers won the Super Bowl, Scott Wells. I
thought Scott Wells was from Goodpasture.
Nope. Scott Wells.
He was from Brentwood too, huh?
Scott Wells was from Brentwood Academy. Went to UT. Started center all 4 years he played. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers, 7th round, and made the team and played the NFL 10 years. Yep.
Wow.
Good stuff.
So, yep.
I'm just glad we were able to connect so that you guys can discuss your roots. Those beautiful
a couple minutes from each other. It's funny, isn't it?
Ain't it?
We're just a bit away from each other.
That's
and I remember playing his school. Yeah, it's funny, huh?
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So Mike, if you're on tomorrow, let me know. I'll definitely jump in. Hey, I do enjoy Brian's show. I like Brian's show and I like your show. Because you guys are like 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. This is what we're talking about, and that's it. Okay, we're out.
Well, it's only because I script it. Because I have if I didn't script it, I'd be all over the place.
Okay,
believe me, you did not want to see that, me all over the place, because it could go from left to right and back left again really quickly. So, yeah.
I mean, like
I script it out, so I have my points together and stay on target.
I will say this much: when you're on your show and Brian is on his show, thank you for answering my questions.
Oh yeah, of course. I try to make sure that happens.
Ted, Mike, I've got to run. I've got 3 messages. Somebody's waiting on me.
Thank you, Randy.
What's up, my hometown friend? Good to touch base and talk to you face to face. And
thanks
Ted,
so much for taking the time out.
Great gentleman. It's great to be here. And it was a pleasure and an honor to be with both of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It takes me a while to shut down.